gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Week 9 of the NFL season. Week 8, I think I did pretty good. I was 12-2 in the overall picks. I was 8-6 against the spread and 8-6 in the over/under, which brings me to the year-to-date total of 72-41 on picks, 56-57 against the spread, and 56-57 in over/under. For my 9 college weeks, which you can check out the college football previews on Harvard Sports Show 5, I'm 164-49 in win-loss. I am 87-113 against the spread and 24-17 in the over/under. All right, the first game we have is the Thursday night game. We have an AFC North matchup. We have the Cleveland Browns with starting quarterback Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, who are 2-6 for the Browns, and the Cincinnati Bengals 7-0. Kind of the tale of two teams here, two different teams. One going up, one going down. The Bengals have won 7 straight this year, obviously 7-0. They won at the end of last year. They won 5 out of 7, so they've won 12 out of the last 14 games, excluding the playoffs. The Bengals, on the other hand, have lost 10 out of their last 12 games. They've lost 4 out of 5 this year. They lost the last 5 straight last year. Just playing awful football in Cleveland right now. They just need to blow that thing up and start over. Johnny Manziel is not save-all here. Line is Cincinnati by 12.5. I have them in the over/under is 45.5. I got them covering the 12.5, taking over on the 45.5. I think the Bengals are playing great football right now. I think Dillon and AJ Green are going to just keep clicking here and just moving forward. We have an AFC East matchup. We have the Miami Dolphins at 3-4 versus the Buffalo Bills at 3-4. Now this is one of those kind of a excuse me. With the Patriots running away with the division, the Jets are 4-3 in second place. I think the winner of this game, I don't say it's a shot at, but yeah, it's a shot at the playoffs. Playoffs in the AFC is just kind of, you got top teams here, bottom team, the lower teams here. Dolphins are 0-3 versus the division this year. Bills are 1-1. Dolphins are 2-2 on the road, while the Bills are 1-3 at home. Defense are exactly the same, both giving up 24.7 points. Buffalo is favored by 3 with over/under 44. I actually have the Bills winning. I have them covering the 44. Next, we have Green Bay at 6-1 versus the Carolina Panthers at 7-0. Who's seen the Panthers at 7-0 coming into the season? Last year they were 7-8-1. Green Bay getting the first loss last week versus Denver. Battle of the undefeateds. Green Bay has won 6 of 7 this year. They won 11 of 13 to end last year. So they've won 17 of the last 20. While Carolina has won 7 straight. They won 4 in the last year, so they won 11 straight, except the playoffs, and they were 1-1 in the playoffs. Line on this thing is Green Bay favored by 2.5. I actually have the Panthers winning. I give the Panthers a 2.5. They'll cover it, and they'll be over on the 46.5. Next, we have the St. Louis Rams at 4-3 versus the Minnesota Vikings at 5-2. Vikings are 3-0 at home. Rams are 1-2 on the road. Todd Gurley is looking pretty good for the Rams. Obviously, that defense for the St. Louis is just top-notch. They're going to be able to stop Adrian Peterson. If they stop Peterson, can Bridgewater do anything? The line is Minnesota by 2.5, and the over/under of 39.5. I have Minnesota winning, covering, and over on the 39.5. Next, we have the Washington Redskins at 3-4 versus the New England Patriots at 7-0. Washington at 3-4 is only half a game out of the division lead. New England, what can I say? Tom Brady's just trying to prove everybody wrong, just go out there and just blowing through everyone. Since their Monday Night Football loss 41-14 to the Chiefs, including playoffs, Tom Brady and the Patriots are 20-2 in that time span. It's amazing what they've done since everything's going on with them. Obviously, the Deflategate never ends. New England's favored by 14.5 and over/under 52. I have them covering and over on the 52. Next, we have the 1-6 Tennessee Titans, who just fired Kent was in house this week versus New Orleans Saints, who are 4-4. Saints coming off that just crazy game at Atlanta last week, or New York last week. Giants 52-49. Wow, what a game! 71 finish points for Drew Brees, and he was sitting on my bench, and I still won. Saints are favored by 8 at home. Over under 47. I got the Saints winning, covering, and over on the 47. Next, we have Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-5 versus the New York Jets at 4-3. We have the Jets favored at 2.5 with over under 40. I actually am picking the Jaguars to win. I'm giving them the 2.5. They'll cover it and be under on the 40 points. Next, we have a matchup that I think these two teams are both borderline playoff teams this year, and I think the winner will take that next step forward to being a playoff team. We have the 4-3 Oakland Raiders versus the 4-4 Pittsburgh Steelers. I know it's way too early to be talking about playoffs with these two teams, but the Steelers have dealt with so many injuries this year. They missed Le'Veon Bell to start the season. Ben Roethlisberger's been out. Marcus Pouncey's been out, among others. They're still just 4-4, which in the AFC this year seems like it's pretty good. Line on this is Pittsburgh by 4 with over under at 48. I'm actually picking Oakland to win. I'll give them the 4 points, and they'll cover and be over on the 48. Next, we have two teams went in polar opposite directions. We have the 6-2 Atlanta Falcons versus the 2-6 San Francisco 49ers. Kaepernick getting benched this week and Blaine Gabbert starting. When you have the worst QBR in 10 years in the NFL, and you're a backup, and you're getting the starting job because your starter's getting benched, does that tell you how bad your starting quarterback is playing? 49ers is a hot little mess right now. Losing all the players they did last year and just not replacing them, and Kaepernick not being who Kaepernick is. 3 years ago, he was in the Super Bowl. Here he is, getting benched. I think they need to get rid of Kaepernick. They already traded Vernon Davis, went from the outhouse to the penthouse, from the 49ers to the Broncos. I think he'll just be another weapon to Peyton, but he's not really going to be the weapon. I think the 49ers need to trade Colin Kaepernick. He needs to get to the Eagles. I think Kaepernick and RG3 are two prototypical Brian Kelly kind of guys for the Eagles. Chip Kelly kind of guys. 49ers, I don't have any hopes of winning here. Falcons favored by 7.5, over under 46. They win, they cover, taking the under. Next, we have the New York Giants at 4-4 versus Tampa Bay Bucks at 3-4. Tampa Bay is favored by 1 at home, just kind of the home field advantage. I had them winning, covering. I'm taking under on the 48. Now we have Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos going back to Indy, back to the house that Peyton built. 7-0 Broncos take on the 3-5 Indianapolis Colts, who are leading the AFC South. Every year it seems like they have a division. Last year it was the NFC South. This year it's the AFC South. They always have this shit going on, and nobody wants to take charge and do something in the division. Broncos have won 13 of the last 15. They're 4-0 on the road. The Colts are 1-3 at home. Denver's favored by 5. I had them winning, covering. I'm taking the over on the 45. Sunday Night Football, we have NFC East matchup. We have the Philadelphia Eagles at 3-4 versus Dallas Cowboys at 2-5. Des Bryant has a pet monkey. He likes his monkey petted. Supposedly, Jerry Jones was on some radio station in Dallas talking about how he likes Dez's monkey. Yeah. Just the injuries for the Cowboys. They're 0-5 without Romo, without Dez Bryant. I think they're going to go 0-6. I got Philly winning this. They cover their 2.5. I'm taking the under on the 44.5. Monday Night Football, we have the 2-5 Chicago Bears versus the 2-6 San Diego Chargers. You think the flexible scheduling, they could get a better game on a Monday night. Good God. Put the Colt Bronco game to Monday night. Bears have won 2 straight. The 2 wins they've had this year have been by 3 points each total. One of the games against the Chiefs, they won 18-17. Against the Raiders, they won 22-20. Playing the losers of 4 straight, 2-6 San Diego Chargers. I have the Chargers winning and covering and under on the 48. So that will wrap up Week 9 in the NFL season. As always, make sure you check out all 5 River Sports Show channels. Have a spiffy night, Robert Sports Show, the YouTube leader in sports channels.